Ukraine uses sea drones to counter Russia's navy in the Black Sea. On Friday, Ukraine claimed to have conducted a sea drone attack on a Russian naval base, with videos emerging on social media showing a severely damaged Russian warship listing in the Black Sea. These images contradict the Russian Defense Ministry's earlier assertion that the attack had been thwarted. A Ukrainian source told CNN that the ship, identified as Olenogorsky Gornyak, had been hit by a sea drone carrying 450 kilograms of TNT. As a result, the ship sustained serious damage and could no longer perform its duties. CNN was granted rare access to the Ukrainian base where these sea or surface drones are tested. The locally produced drones, carrying 300 kilograms of explosives, can hit targets 800 kilometers away. According to a pilot with the call sign Shark, these drones have restricted the Russian Navy's movements, as the equipment on Russian vessels is mainly designed for ship-to-ship combat. These drones were reportedly used earlier this month to strike the Kerch Bridge, linking Crimea to mainland Russia, and could be critical in countering Russian threats to ships following Russia's withdrawal from the Black Sea grain deal. No evidence of mines on Zaporozhye nuclear plant roofs, says nuclear watchdog chief. The International Atomic Energy Agency (IAEA) has found no evidence of mines or explosives on the rooftops of reactor Zaya nuclear power plant agency, contrary to speculation sparked by satellite images of the facility. The plant has been under Russian occupation since the early stages of the invasion. Ukrainian staff, who primarily operate the plant, were initially forced to work under duress from the invading Russian troops. Following the Russians' takeover, the Ukrainian workers shut down the remaining units of the plant, with one already offline for maintenance. The IAEA was granted unimpeded access to the plant on Thursday and found no mines or explosives on the roofs of the reactor buildings and the turbine holes. However, Director General Rafael Grossi reminded all parties of the ongoing nuclear safety and security risks facing the facility. Russian opposition leader Alexei Navalny sentenced to 19 years in prison. Alexei Navalny, a prominent critic of Russian President Putin and a leading figure in Russia's opposition, has been sentenced to 19 years in prison on charges of extremism. The sentence marks a significant escalation in Russia's crackdown on political dissent. The decision comes at a time of heightened tension in Russia due to the ongoing war in Ukraine, which has triggered a wave of nationalist sentiment and increased scrutiny of opposition figures. Navalny's sentencing is seen as part of the broader efforts by the Russian government to silence any internal opposition to its policies.